Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fantasy Randomizer Summer Bingo Rock Out with the Lockout. My name is Lord Fizzlebeef. Joined with me in the booth today is Danny. How's it going, Danny?
It's going very well. I'm excited. I don't play bingo well, but I love watching bingo. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, as it turns out, I don't play bingo well either, which means I'm here to broadcast the semifinals. We have today Eykir versus wewbear in a contest that is sure to be fast and furious. I'm looking at the parties, and already one major notable difference. We've got Eykir, Thief, Black Belt, White Mage, Black Mage. We've got wewbear, Thief, None, White Mage, Black Mage, and the fun part about bingo, the fun part about lockout bingo, I don't know, that Black Belt's gonna be good, but if it's good, it's gonna be great.
I mean, I kind of feel that way about a black belt all the time, but I definitely feel that way about it in lockout bingo.
So rules this year, we are not doing dab, so we did not have to call rows ahead of time, but instead we have the whole board at our disposal, at least until somebody starts lighting squares. Once someone lights a square, the other person cannot light that square. And to go with that, we have two separate victory conditions. Victory condition A, if you can light an entire row and then go punch chaos, you win. Congrats. Da 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 da. There's an alternate, though, because of how hectic these lockout bingo races get. Sometimes a row just isn't possible, and so there is an alternate win, which is if you light 13 tiles, you win right then and there. That's it. Do not pass go. Do not go to Topher. You win. Hit the button. It definitely is some interesting strategies between do I go for the row and hope I don't get tripped up, or do I just sprint for 13 and hope I get there first?
Basically, folks, what he's saying is we're about to see a lot of madness happen in a very, very short amount of time.
Yep. And the gate should be dropped. There they go. And we're off. I missed level 1 magic. What do we have going on? We have wewbear.
No, we had.
Oh, go ahead.
So we had Harm 3, Cure 3, and Expert for White Mage. There sure was something in the black, but I don't know. Like I said, vastly different things going on here right now. So, it's a little hard to keep up with.
Yep. So already we see wewbear lunging for Sarda immediately, because if you talk to all the pottery and you talk to all the furniture and then you talk to Sarda, you get the tile inspect all of Sarda's furniture. Don't need to do anything else. Don't need to attack anything, fight anything. That's why that's one of the first tiles you usually see people go for. And speaking of, wewbear strategically crashing into many a town in search of Aile's flight school, while Eykir talk to the king and then hit a garland to light the pretender. Looking at this board and looking at the pattern of movements, I can tell already both runners are lunging for 13. So, Eykir going to open some boxes, probably needs some cash to fund some initial checks, as wewbear continues to flatten every single town in sight. And there's the lit square. Actually, let me...
I think you're about to do the thing I was about to do.
Let's do that. There we go. Nobody saw nothing. It's fine. So, wewbear back in Canaria. Buying some magic.
3 black and quad X.
Yeah, this seems good.
Those are actually all really good, especially early.
So
lit 3 will take care of a lot of early enemies. That rack, in case you have to kill a Kraken on that board, which shows up often.
Hmm.
And Quadex, just because Quadex just is so good.
Hmm. So Eykir is doing the canoe to ice cave tile. wewbear is headed elsewhere. As I gaze over at this board, the thing about Lockout Bingo is that you really kind of have to subdivide these boards into what can I do immediately, what can I do with a little bit of effort, and what's going to take key items to do. Looking at this board, one of our runners has designs for Ice Cave, while wewbear seems to be hunting down key items. What are things on here that we would need key items for? Well, some of our tiles are a little coded. Rifling through the closets, for instance. We would need to hit, among other things, both the treasure room, the bottom left treasure room on Earth B4, as well as one of the treasure rooms on Sky 2. So, rifling through the closets, we need Chime and Cube and Rod. So, we do still have a use for key items. It's not progression as we typically think of it.
Yeah, they're not as required as they typically would be.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like wewbear's headed to Provoca. Gonna take us out some pirates, see what they have. Hey, look, Iker had the same idea. It's like our D&D group. Everyone's in Provoca. Wonder how long they'll be there. It only took us 2 months to get out.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
And we get a rod from the pirates.
Okay, that lets us start working towards rifling through the closets. That lets us work on Traitorous Minion, which is use something that we found in Earth Cave against Lich. And that gets us towards defeat Lich with Quake, as one thing to do while we're down there because we're trying to go for Traitorous Minion anyway. Comment in chat from Professor Renderer. Oh, that's new. Different airship music. Yes, one of the flags we have on is airboat. Your airship can land in the sea and become a boat, and then your boat can take off and get back in the air. That one, I believe, was developed by Entrepreneur himself, who decided to add in some cool music for funsies.
Another question in chat. Sorry, didn't mean to talk over you, but I did notice there was another one, and I don't think you got to. The friendly square. Okay, so what does that mean? So, that is. I'll let you go ahead.
sorry. So that friendly square.
You're better explaining than I am.
Is a reference to the 2 TFC boxes that we have kind of nicknamed in this game. So in order to get that square, you have to open both TFC Earth, which is the rightmost box on the vampire floor, and TFC C, which is the sole key-locked room in Sea Shrine over on the right-hand side on the way to Mermaids.
Yes, those friendly chests.
Very friendly.
Very broadcast friendly.
Absolutely. Which I believe wewbear is going to be headed to one of them now. Yep. Not opening any other boxes in here, but we're going to open this here friendly chest and see if we can't be efficient. Well, we can't use gold on Lich, so eventually we're probably going to have to open other boxes.
There ought to be a rule that if you're going to walk that far out of your way to open it, it should at least give you something decent.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it just feels bad even if it gives you a bingo square.
Mm-hmm. So what about the Destiny Square? The Destiny Square is you must take and win 5 consecutive fights on the Bridge of Destiny, which, it should be noted, Warmech is set to patrolling, so Warmech won't be on the bridge, but you still gotta beat 5 consecutive fights on that bridge. So Eykir going for slab translation. wewbear in Earth finds incentive herb. We'll probably resolve that later. I believe he has the rod. No, he's walking out and lighting the Friends of the
Interesting.
Vampire tile. Friends of the Vampire should be noted. The tile is you basically walk into Earth, you walk down to Vampire, kill him, take the incentive item, and then you walk out. If you warp out or reset out or the party wipes, that is not successfully lighting the tile. You have to actually walk all the way out.
Which feels a little bad because it looks like Iker is about to do the same thing. And then about the same time, wewbear gets out and lights that tile, Iker is going to be like, oh man, come on.
Mm-hmm. On the flip side, that does mean that he can just pivot into doing Traitorous Minion, and I'm not sure if we located Quake or not.
If we saw it, I haven't seen it in the Magic, and I've been looking very closely, and things that I have marked for Magic so far, we don't have it. So it might be a case of, and I think the same thing that wewbear was doing, just wanting to get the key item and can mark that square, but once you have Quake or whatever, and then coming back, and then doing that square.
Very even match so far. It's 3-3 in terms of tiles lit, with wewbear actually in decent position to make a run at a row if he so chooses. He would have to light that friendly square, which we already talked about, and another one on here, Tyro Friend Not Food. It's perfectly straightforward. You have to hold up cloth armor to a Tyro 8 times without damaging the Tyro, and then run away.
I mean, we do see wewbear taking fights for some levels. Decent levels, too. It could be a thing where he's like, maybe we get a chance at running at this road, because the only thing he needs now is key. He needs key to do that friendly square because he needs it to get into the final room that he would need to light that.
Right.
But you find a white shirt in a shop, not a white shirt, a cloth in a shop, and you're good to go.
8 times is mean. It does seem a little mean, but if you have 4 party members and you just buy cloth for all of them, yeah, that's just 2 rounds of holding up shirts and then you run. The real time-intensive parts are locating the armor shop that has cloth, and then actually finding a Tyro out in the wild.
I thought the same thing about the tile. Like, 8 times? It's like 8 fights. That's horrible. And then I watched you do it, and I went, oh, my brain never got there. I never once thought about doing that. See, this is why I don't bingo.
So wewbear headed for the herb turn-in as Eykir is headed downstairs. I have paid a little bit of attention to some of the things we've looted. I know we've looted a gold +5 bracelet in here. I believe if we equip that as armor, it counts for Traitorous Minion.
I'm not sure.
I believe it does, because you just have to use an item in here, and if it's gear, you have to equip it. If it's a potion, you have to drink it. If it's a caster item, you can just use it as a caster item, even if it doesn't work. Like, even if it's like a Bane stick and Lich resists it, using it still works. You just have to use it the once.
White magic in Elfland's been pretty darn good. And black magic, not too bad. We had a temper at 3, we got fast at 4. Those are really great because if either one of our players decide to, that they're able to literally get the line and make a run it's over. You got a black mage, you can learn those, and you have a thief that, if promoted, can learn fast and timber.
Classic Gamer in chat confirming that, the clarification, equipping the gold bracelet counts. So Eykir lights Traitorous Minion, but passes on defeat Lich with Quake, because we ain't got any Quake to use. Meanwhile, you saw something?
The vendor in Crescent was the cube.
Ooh. Interesting.
We also saw a ribbon at start. I didn't catch that when we were there earlier, but incentive ribbon in Stardust. So good to have. Not real helpful on the bingo board though.
Not on this one though. There is a tile that is sell a ribbon and save. You just sell the ribbon you get out of an incentive person and then just brum. And there's wewbear picking up the cloth armors. So with a 3-person party, it will take him 3 entire rounds instead of 2, but he'll manage. Both are runners finding the ruby. The ruby, unfortunately, is basically a dud item in this flag set. Like, yes, we could look for things in the Titan's Closet, and it could be there, but... question chat, the ribbon is complete or shattered? No, it's complete.
Oh, that was an easy find.
Yes, 6, 7, 8, 9.
One more for good measure.
Ooh, Tyro knows Exfer. Let's leave. All right, Tyro is in fact friend, not food.
Now it's just if wewbear wants that line, it's just a mad dash of checking incentives for that key.
And that's not one that's easily cut off either. So if Eykir can locate Oxiel and Key before wewbear can, Eykir can take the tile and cut off the row.
I had a moment where I completely forgot. We also need the Oxiel to get in to see, because I promise my brain is not slightly melted from the heat. Not at all. It's fine.
It's
perfectly fine.
It's a cool, comfortable 98 outside. How you doing, chat?
That's not including the 8 index. Okay. Well, we have our chime from our slab turn-in.
Comment in chat, lockpicking is on, so one of them might grind to 18 on a thief to get that if Oxiel appears before Key. That is true. Lockpicking is on for the flag set, but at level 18 it's real difficult to utilize, I think.
Well, I don't know, because wewbear did take some levels. He was already... I'm trying to think... mid-teens, I think, already. So 18 on that thief is not... Minion's too fast. I couldn't tell exactly what his levels are. But I know they're like, I want to say like maybe 14-ish. Sounds about right.
So, Eykir in Marsh Cave looking for additional incentive items as wewbear is looking to clear out some of these sky checks. We saw him talking to robots. There is the talk to all robots in Mirage and Sky. We've also got the Bridge of Destiny tile, the Destiny tile. Is there anything else on here that requires Mirage Sky? Not that I can see. But rifling through closets, one of the components is rooms on Sky 2. The full list of rooms for rifling through the closets, there's the Vampire Closet, which is the tiny little single chest, single trap tile room just up left of the Vampire room. There's Lich's Closet, which is Earth B4, the bottom left room. There's Carrie's Closet, which is the red D chest on the bottom floor of Volcano. And then there is the Sky 2 Wardrobe, which is the room where in Vanilla you get the black shirt and the white shirt in Sky. I missed it. What did we get out of Marsh?
We got the canal out of Marsh, so basically
Ugh.
nothing we want.
Ouch. Well, it unlocks access to using Slowboat from Provoca to Crescent.
I
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, but unless it's a race, does anybody really want to do that? No.
No. And here's
I mean,
Woobear.
if it comes down to it, it's nice to have in case you need it. But like, ain't nobody trying to do that.
So there's Woobear. Continuing progress on rifling through the closets, opens the Sky incentive, and it is a dud. Very unfortunately, there are 3 dud item locations in this flag set. Technically 4 if we include the ruby.
We've seen at least 2.
Um,
The herb was basically couch change,
Right.
and we just got a house in Sky.
yeah, so that's 2 of them. So there's 1 more out there somewhere that's a dud. So Woobear opening some boxes, hoping for items. We did get a defense sword and a opal bracelet, so that's not bad. And then we left because we ain't doing better than that. Eykir attempting magic. Oh, forgot that he had opened that box. Went back to check it. It was already open. Already has credit for it. Woobear not terribly interested in finishing rifling through the closets right now. Definitely more interested in trying to figure out where the gosh dang Oxiel is.
Yep.
Eykir was headed for Waterfall, but then thought better of it. We've got a better idea. What is it?
Huh? That is a good question. Yeah.
Decided we want to check Ice Cave first instead.
Given the temperatures, I don't blame them for going there first.
Right? Do we have any Ice Cave tiles today?
We
We have
do.
open every chest in Ice Cave. And we have maybe it's just that one.
So I don't see any others.
Yeah. So if we open every chest in Ice, we get a box. Ta-da! Eykir definitely feels on the back foot right now and is probably going to lunge for any checks that will get us things that we could use. Woobear continuing to try to look for the Oxiel, still finding lots of things that are not the Oxiel. Gonna go to Waterfall, which is the spot you never want to see it.
Who do I have to talk to make sure houses are always that cheap? Because, my goodness.
Not the person who rolls my
Houses
seeds.
for only... Sorry. I promise it's never intentional.
Mhm.
It ought to just be in the fine print. I do solemnly swear that the seeds I roll for you are not a reflection of how I feel. Sincerely, Danny.
Mhm.
Alright, we're going to talk to a robot.
Yep. We're really running out of places where this could be, so I feel like it's either ice or waterfall. Because it can't be in sea.
We still have crystal and bottle unaccounted for. So one is probably one and one is the other, unless like C is incentivized. But either way, this could be exactly what we're looking for, or it's going to be a fetch, but it's got to come from one of these places.
Yeah.
That seems like a weird place for fire.
It's hiding from all the water that's out in front of the waterfall. Oh, there's a bottle. Did we already have that? I feel like we already have that.
We did not have that.
Hmm. Meanwhile, it's a boat.
Oh.
So, Eykir...
Also, who brought a black belt and found an eye, only for his black belt to be a decorative rug.
We got any life magic on that white mage? That white mage that I'm told has one job and it's life magic?
I saw life at level 6, so even if we got it, we don't have charges.
Well, it seems to me that that's a white mage could have been better served if it was either a red mage or another black mage. I'm just saying. I
agree, but maybe we shouldn't tell him that. Oh, okay, so not progression. However, I'm sure he's very happy to put that Mazda 2 on his thief.
Yes, it will
and
definitely...
it's going to be even...
Yeah, if we go to Topher, we definitely want the Mazda.
See, that's what I was going to say.
Oh.
It's like our brains think the same thing and they're just trying to
same brain
fall out of our mouth at the same time.
Same
I mean,
brain.
It's true. I'd be willing to bet everyone would tell us the same.
So, wewbear in ordeals. I don't think we have anything fancy to do in here. No.
I don't recall anything on the board, so we're just going for the incentive item.
Sure.
And we're totally going to pretend that I hadn't forgotten about ordeals when I said it was probably almost definitely waterfall or ice.
I mean, it's fine. I definitely didn't do the same too. So...
Chad already said they completely didn't see the thing from earlier, so I feel they got our backs, and I'll just completely ignore that.
And Eykir, giving the people what they want, it's slow boat time, let's go!
Oh my god.
Behold
this
the
is only
majestic
acceptable.
putt-putt.
This is 100% only acceptable in bingo, or for funsies in a race, because I swear if we ever revert back to slow boat, I may never race again.
Oh. World's in danger, lads. What are we doing? Tiny little outboard motor on our huge galleon.
Got ourselves a crown.
Okay, that's not the Oxiel. Taking a look at this here bingo board, there's a couple that I'm a little surprised I haven't seen either of our runners lunge for. I know they're keeping track of cast a spell of every element on enemies, but unfortunately, there's only one Earth spell in the game, and that's Quake. So if Quake is unreachable, then basically the tile's unreachable. Oh, that's Crystal. Oh, that's Crystal. We've also got successfully use an A. What does that mean? Well, basically, we've got all these dumb, stupid white mage spells that all start with A. We've got A fire, A lightning, A ice, etc. If you can cast it in combat, and then an enemy casts a thing of the element that you just protected yourself from, congrats, you have successfully used an A. It's definitely one of the more fiddly tiles that really leans hard on knowing what element stuff is, how to manipulate encounters, having a stupid caster that can cast a stupid spell. But if you have all those, that's generally a pretty free tile.
We got our Oxiel from the crystal turn-in.
Hooray! And Eykir's here on the way, but what's that? There's dragons in the hall. It's like a hall of dragons.
Oh my!
Now the fun part about Hall of Dragons is that one of the encounters that's in here is Tia 1. So we can get the defeat Tia 1 square without the chime in the cube. This is also kind of a primo spot if we want to level to 25, because dragons are worth a lot of experience. Alright,
Just
wewbear.
because
Go
I
ahead.
say my brains are thinking. And talking about tiles you're surprised at, I'm a little surprised. I mean, it could have been a huge waste of time, but I'm not gonna lie. That defeat Tiamat 1 and level 1 Brack, I think when I was in Sky, I might have made him run for it.
Not a terrible idea, but there's two stumbling blocks in the way. Problem the first, there might be a lot of resetting before we find that Tia encounter. Problem the second, we're operating on set RNG, which means that even if it's early in the encounter table, if it doesn't work, it's just not gonna work.
What if I told you the problem the first wouldn't be a problem because you just had Tia in Sky? I was talking about when he was at Sky. He went all the way up there, and she's right there. Granted, would the Brack worked? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But we could have tried.
That's right. We've been to Sky. We also didn't get the Destiny tile. But I have a feeling.
But then again,
we're probably laser focused on that row.
Oh.
That row that we just got.
We are. And we have a Maza, and we have magic, and we have a tail. We get Clash Change and Learn magic on that.
Yep.
Oh boy.
What we don't have is levels.
No, but we know where there is places to get.
So,
I would not be surprised to see wewbear go back to the slime tile. Oh, are we just going for it at our levels? We're going for it. This is very bold, but I'm kind of here for it.
Very bold strategy, Cotton. See if it pays off for them. No, we're doing a floor 1 grind. That's what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
Much more sensible.
Yes. I mean, I was going to root him on. I was ready to cheerlead all the way through Topher, even if he got tossed out. But this is a sensible plan.
Yep.
And I'm here for that too. Plus, it's easy. We've got exit, take some levels, exit out the house, or run back in.
Yep. So what we've got now is a time clock. We have wewbear that is going to be attempting to level up and fight through Topher before eykir can light a total of 13 tiles, which we're currently sitting on 6. So just 7 more tiles for eykir, or a grind and a successful Topher dive for wewbear's 3-man Thief, White Mage, Black Mage, with something resembling gear.
I mean, there is still a path because wewbear's not lighting tile.
Right.
There's still a path where, eykir could light a row really quick and then be in Topher if this doesn't go well for wewbear, and it still could possibly. Look, we don't have to do 13. I mean, look at row 4. I mean, it's basically kind of mostly doable. He's got a thief if it's above 18. You can do the first one. The second one's easy.
Yep.
Just have to cast a spell of every element, and then you're in Topher 2.
Yep.
Which honestly would probably be quicker than 13 if he wanted to go that route.
So I'm looking at eykir's party, and we've got both the black belt and the white mage. So if we do a little bit of a grind, get both of those to 25, that's 2 tiles right there. In the process of getting them to 25, we can locate and cast Quake. That's a 3rd tile. Walking around Canaria is a 4th tile. So that's 4 tiles right there. We just need 3 more. If we get Oxyale and Key, we get access to every TFC and Mermaids box and Kraken 1 floor. That's 6. And then we just need a 7th. Which we could go blow up Tia 1 over at Hall of Dragons for 7. So I see a path, and it has a little bit of wiggle room in that we can throw in successfully use an A, or we can do that and head up to Sky, and then we don't need to worry about Oxyel. Like there is a path. I see it. If we're feeling particularly spicy, we can take the Quake that we get after we grind to 25, and we can go Quake Lich 2.
Oh, we're going to be definitely grinding for that kid, because we just found it at level 8.
Ugh. Ouch. So
that feels real not good.
So that kind of... I mean, we only have to cast it once to satisfy every element. So that's good, but I think I would lose all my dreams of getting Quake Lich.
Yeah, I mean, is it doable? Absolutely. But
yeah.
I think with that tile, because we had Mid-Tober, that it is such a quicker run to Lich 2 than Lich 1. If you're going to attempt that tile, you 100% do the one in Tover, because if it doesn't work, you reset out and you're back on his floor in no time. Having to do that with Lich 1 would be slightly maddening.
So I saw eykir attempt to pick up Alit on the White Wizard, but it seemed like we didn't have the cash to do it, unless I saw him going for life, because that one was way more expensive. Meanwhile, wewbear did attempt a major Topher dive, got to Lich 2, didn't see what the resolution of that was, but see that we're now outside of Topher, so it couldn't have been good.
I think he got through. I think he realized he didn't buy heals. I saw him go in with like 35. And I want to say there was some post-Lich damage, and then he went to heal and went, oh no.
Yeah, take it from me. You'll want to have heal pots when you go to Topher. I'm an expert.
Take it from the man, he learned the hard way.
Yeah, so I am an expert. Meanwhile, eykir, sub 20 and not having a good time with the dragons. Packs of 2 to 4 Gasties is the best tile we're gonna find with easy access to basically anywhere. But the 4 Gasties hurt. Meanwhile, wewbear, back to the Lich 2 fight. We've moved the party around. We must have some information about this, but it's Lich 2, so it doesn't matter, and we're through.
I don't know where that Lich has been, but it kind of looks like he's been hanging out in a swamp.
Yep. Poor Swamp Lich.
Cardia. He's been to Cardia.
Meanwhile, Castlevania 1 carry stepping up to the plate against wewbear. Melee not doing much, and that was before the ruse stick. Melee not doing a heck of a lot, but our scaling is not terribly high. I think we're doing alright.
Yeah, so far she's not doing anything, not casting anything we're terribly worried about.
We didn't stop the melee,
hey!
So it's fine.
It's fine, she's gone now. We have no worries. Goodbye, and on to Kraken 2 we go.
Something particularly disheartening for boy, that's a way through that floor. Something particularly disheartening for eykir is that wewbear is within striking distance of Take a White Mage to 25, and that's something that eykir kind of really needs if eykir wants to stay in this. Because without that tile, our path gets a lot harder.
Also, that path he took through that floor, that's what I was trying to explain to you that day. I've seen a couple people do it that way now, and now I'm confused as to whether I'm doing it right. So I do it a different way.
Yeah, I'm starting to think I do it wrong too. So, there's that.
Is this the new Sky Maze debate? Which way do you do the Kraken 2 floor with Mid-Tober?
No, there's a correct answer to this one. Well, there's a correct answer to the Sky Maze too, but there's like an actual no memes correct answer to Mid-Tober Kraken floor.
Well, bright side, regardless of which way you went, we are one less crack and two down.
Yep.
On the tier 2. I wonder if she feels a little left out. There was no way to make her floor special.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a short walk to her, but still, she might feel a little sad. Hope she don't take it out on the party. That'd feel not great.
Mm-hmm. Like, there really isn't any way to make this floor shorter other than just, like, building a hallway from the stairs to the other stairs, and then moving the tile into that hallway. Oh, devs, get on it.
Somebody will put it in the development channel, I'm sure.
Make this mid-topher even more mid.
Watching this fight, so we haven't seen a whole lot out of this Tia.
Mm-hmm.
No big spells, she's not really hitting. She is a little hard to get through, however. We haven't been hitting for exactly a whole lot. We're getting through her,
Yeah.
but we're not doing it exactly quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost every hit that I've seen. Oh, I was gonna say it hasn't been for more than 200 damage, and then the game's like, don't even say it, because we're gonna prove you wrong.
Uh-oh. So, that nuclear removes that white mage, and I don't believe we have a way of reinflating that on the fly. Quadex gets us through, and we have the two most important parts of the party.
Like, I feel bad. There was a lot of effort in that fight to keep that white mage up.
Mm-hmm.
But, it wasn't...
Oh, we have it. Full party. Ah!
The run has been blurred.
Yep.
But no, as you were saying, like, for the most part, the two members we need for this chaos fight, we need that thief. It's our melee, it's our damage. We need that black mage, because it's got our buff support.
Oh.
I mean, the white mage sure will do things, but like...
Opening nuclear out of chaos, that's some damage that we don't like. Fast goes off on the thief, so does wall. What are we gonna do now? Wait, chip damage? Wait, there goes Ruse, there goes heal 3.
We had Timber at 3, and wewbear does not have it. Checking my notes, make sure I'm not... Yeah, Timber at 3.
5 hits, 507, so we're not doing awful, but I don't think we're going to be able to replicate that for long. Black Mage going on, chip damage, Lightning 3 goes out, incoming melee detonates it, but it wasn't doing much, we're okay losing it. Fade for 100, thanks Fade. Mazza swing for like 47. Problem town. This is problem time. Let's try another swing. 384, alright, that's better.
I mean, if we can just keep that ninja up and keep its health up. Because we really haven't seen anything problematic other than that early nuclear. So, like, as long as this fight keeps going the way it is, I think we'll be okay.
We're out.
But
yeah, we're out of fades, and now we're out of a white mage. So it's just 1v1. We know this chaos has a skill list, but it's being rather stingy with it. It's just trying to punch through what I believe to be max evade on this thief. We're swinging away. There's Inferno. Not going to do much with that wall cast. 4 hits, 260. The thief makes it through. wewbear
GG.
finishing first with official race time GG time 41 minutes 39 seconds. Eykir forfeits immediately after. GG to both. We'll see if we can get them in here for an interview.
I started to make a really awful pun when the white mage died, and I think Bear might have known it was coming, and that's why he beat Chaos real fast. But But it's one that Phoenix would have been proud of, darn it.
I was gonna say, you've been hanging out with Phoenix too much.
I mean, you set it up. You said something about the white mage only having like fade, and then it died. I was just gonna say, tell me it faded away.
And we are joined by Eykir. How's it going?
Hello.
Well, it went pretty quickly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the upside and the downside to bingo was it typically goes very quickly in one way or the other. It just really depends on which side you're on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of bingo when I looked at these because I saw like, yeah, some of these are behind bunch of things. Like that friendly square is behind a bunch of things, and we were just happened to find them all en route. I was actually worried that the key was in air, so as soon as he got back, I was like, I'm pretty much toast here. I don't think I can get 7 more before he finishes.
Yeah, I think, at least from what I've noticed with most of these races, is you see it almost always ends up being the sprint to 13 because you're just so many of the rows end up with something that like something is gated, like you said, behind multiple things, or someone beats you to a square that would be in a row that you need. So it's so hard for that to work out. So, well, hello, we have a wewbear.
GG's, wewbear.
Hello, GG's, thank you.
Yeah, that was a long chain for Oxtail, and I found it like at the end there. It's like, oh well, maybe I can get to 25s real quick and get my spells done, and no.
Yeah, I was like I was saying, I was very grateful that wasn't behind Ice Cave or like Loch Canary or something, because
I did Ice Marsh. Yep, and no exits or any warps to get me out. That sucked.
Oh, there was exit at level 4.
Oh, 4?
Yeah, I think it was
skipped 4. I entered. I got 3s. I'm like, I'm out of money. Let's just go. So I was trying to.
That's fair.
I was trying to like walk to ice, just try to take some of the easy ones out quickly, and then realized you got the 3, and like I need to find cloths, and I didn't even find them by the time you marked that square.
Yeah, they're the last place. It was in Gaia, I think. Was the last
Gaia.
place.
Well, very convenient next to where the arrows are.
Very convenient. Was the tire was on the first off the hard encounter southeast quadrant, maybe other ones, but at least the southeast was the first one I fought. Can I close my game, by the way? It's very loud.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just paused mine. Yeah, I also tried to go for Friends of the Vampire and take that one from you, but you got it from me as I was going down. I'm like, well, I have Rob, let's just finish.
Yeah,
one there
I didn't have Rod
anyways.
when I or did I have Rod? No, I did have Rod when I went down, but yeah, after you were doing I saw you do a couple other ones, and I had Inspect Sarda in the Nails Flight School. It's like, oh, that line is looking kind of juicy if I can get down there. I never sniped that, so.
I told him before you came in, it's like, it needs both key and Oxial, and I figured, well, okay, that one may be a bit, but as soon as you got those 3, I like started gunning for key items. Couldn't find any of them until I found the chained Oxial.
It was tough. Also, luckily, the Masmoon was real nice, because I did 3-man party. I went Thief, White Black.
So you're even going for the Black Belt White Mage 25s?
Yeah, well, it is Black Belt. I did that last time too. Yeah.
Oh, you're not Black Mage? I was gunning for that. I was at like level 23 when you finished. Or something like that.
That would have been embarrassing if I tried to light that up and been like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that mask was nice.
Yeah, thankfully, because that's all I had. That was my only weapon. Like, literally, I don't think the Thief could have used anything else other than, unless he can equip the Roost Stick? I don't know, but...
I found Tail, so I went promoted, so I had lots of options, but they didn't really matter.
Yeah, I looted, I think I saw at the end, 16 chests, so I didn't have much.
Pretty good.
So, couple questions. I'll start with wewbear. Was the plan always for a single row, or were you keeping an idea in the back of your mind for either a different row or like a set of 13 to sprint for?
Not really. Like I usually try to go for like quick get key items and try to knock off like 13. But then, like I said, when I got Inspect Sarda's furniture and then I sniped on the Ailes Flight School, which is all in the same line, I'm like, the other ones are like pretty good. If I can get this Friends of Vampire, I can get the other 2 probably, because they were like kind of trickier. And once I got that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for this line. And if you snipe me on like Tyro or something, I don't know what I was gonna do because I was like kind of lost at that point.
I was trying. Yeah, I didn't even try for flight school. I think I landed on the first one, and then I was gunning for Pretender first.
Yeah.
I figured you'd go for Sarda.
I love that all so much. It's just fun to squish sounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's tricky when there's a few free ones right off the bat like that because you gotta kind of metagame like what's your opponent gonna go for? Can I do it?
Oh
fast?
yeah,
Can I not?
I always marked down like these are the easy ones. I think I had like 6 of them marked down to start with, and we knocked them all out except for the walk all the way around Corneria.
Yeah, there was quite a few on this board.
But yeah, I'm just trying to knock as many out as possible while kind of avoiding what you were doing. That's why you do inspect Sarda's furniture. I figured he's going for flight school, I bet, because that was my plan after instead of Pretender. It's like I had 2 routes. I could do that one, flight school, and just stop at Sarda, or Pretender, and then go to do the Corneria to Ice Walk.
Yeah, Elfland dice. Yeah.
Actually, it was buy everything in Caravan, then do the walk. And Caravan was
that was my backup. Was try and loot a few quick chests and go to Caravan, buy that out.
Caravan was like 300 gold. It was cheap.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I should have checked it because I was over there doing the bonks, right? I think that's where I landed on my last one was a bonks. I probably should have just checked that. I messed up. But I did that before like anything, so I had the 400 gold, which would have been enough. But
Right, yeah, it would have been enough. And I got all the chests in Topher because I figured it's like I need some money here. Maybe this will be enough to go get it. And I think I got one more chest before I went up there. And I was like, oh, I could have just gone here. Oops. Yeah, but you never know when like the key items would be there. You need like 30,000
that's very unlikely.
To finish it off.
Yeah, I think that's very unlikely. That 300 gold will buy him out.
And my next question for eykir. So it seemed pretty obvious you were going for 13 tiles at the end. Which ones were you kind of lunging for in the next group to try and get there as fast as you could?
I was going for a black belt white mage to 25. I was almost there, and then cast a spell from 1 through 8 and fill all 24 spell slots. I only had 3 more spell slots to get for the 1 through 8s, and then all the money from hopefully the dragons, and hopefully slipping a Tiamat 1 in there as well. I was hoping to find him because I had Rain and Brack, and hopefully
you doing the Walk of Dragons? Or,
yeah, that was grinding on the dragons.
Nice.
For both money and other things. If I had other grinds, it didn't work as well. Ice had vanilla eye, which I took a few grinds on, but my black belt had died, so it wasn't as worth it. It was only getting like 1,300, but the dragons were giving me like 6,000 each.
No, the dragons are great.
The leveling dragons was, especially because I killed Lich, so I also had a whole bunch of key items, so I think that's what the multiplier is based on. I don't remember what the multiplier is based on. It's 5% per item. So I had a bunch of items to get that. So I was going for the spells, the Lich, that would give me, or if I got all 5 of those, that would have been 11. And then I could have, like, hopefully snuck in and killed Lich 1, and then walked around Corneria, and that would have been all of them. Unless I could sneak a successfully use the A in there.
I was going to ask about that one. I know why wewbear didn't get it, but what did an opportunity never present itself, or were you just kind of avoiding the tile because it's potentially very annoying?
But I bought Aether, and you saw me cast it a few times while trying to run, just in case like enemies cast it. I don't think I ever saw like a fire spell cast on me though. And if I did, it cleared my mind. I tried to buy A-Lit, and it was not there. I thought there was the square on here about like getting hit by 3 different elements, but that must have been before we re-rolled it. And so I really didn't see much in the way of that being cast on me in order to use any A spells.
Yeah, I think I saw Cremate, but I can't remember what it was.
That's kind of my
goal with that, is I'll like just play normally, and if I see something cast, because it's set RNG, right? I'll like be like, all right, put that in the back of my mind, go grab the anti if I can find it, and then go back.
Yeah, the opportunity's never presented itself, so that would have been another one I could have gotten.
I mean, I'm just going to give y'all kudos for even thinking to do those squares, because anytime it's cast an element or see an element cast or cast a thing, I would never be able to remember any of those things. So the fact that, geez, it's even the thing that y'all think about, I say congratulations. Good job. Seriously, high fives all around.
I take a snipping tool of the board when I do this, and I kind of like group them together. I put squares around all the early ones. I circle all the earth ones. Like there's 3 earth ones that are in here. put a triangle around all the sky ones, which there were like 3. And I saw you did the all the robots, and I'm like, shoot, well, I had cube. Time's gotta be somewhere, and then you didn't finish it off with Destiny and Tiamat 1, which confused me. So you must have then immediately got an Axial or knew where Axial was.
Well, at that point, I was gunning only for the key item and
Leaving.
and leaving. Yeah, basically. So I talked to the robots and I left, and because I was like still low level and I had no weapon, so I was like, I definitely can't do Destiny Bridge. I don't think I could do Tiamat. I mean, maybe I could Bane in my head, Bracken Bane, but that's never
Come on.
working.
What was the key item in Sky?
Good question. Glad you asked. I
That
don't
was.
remember.
Give me it.
Don't
Hold
remember.
on.
Okay, it wasn't key.
You're also
No.
talking to the tracker. 1 second. Where's my channel? I took
Uh,
notes. I certainly didn't remember. Sky was a house.
Oh yeah,
Sky
it was a
nothing?
house. That's why I didn't remember. Yeah, because
Okay.
I even like stopped and I was like, wait, it is vanilla, right? I'm just okay. It's a
Yeah, there are 3 duds. I think Herb was one of
Yeah.
them too. I turned in. It's like I got money.
Yep.
Okay. So much for that one. But yeah,
the
also
only,
had,
only things I didn't get was key, ship, and adamant.
I got the
I would
ship.
be-
Ship was ice, I think. Ice cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would be so insanely aggravated at needing key items for like one of the squares and then go really far into like Sky or all the way to Marsh or just somewhere.
Sky's
and then
the
they'd
worst,
be
too.
like, here, have 10 gold. Or here, have a house. I would slam like reset out of there so fast, just mad.
Well, at least I ended with all of them except adamant and key. Like I had everything else, so I'm trying to find that Axial ASAP and just couldn't find it before you get the square.
So adamant must have been C because I didn't actually get the incentive down there. I just did the TFC, and then key would have been from adamant, I suppose.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
I hit everything else in that search.
Mm. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a
I think
deep-
between the
deep
two of them,
chain.
definitely did.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you what I want to say. Yeah, so I wrote down like all the different elements that I cast spells. I'm crossing them off as I finish them, and all the spell levels to cast. I'm crossing them off as I finish them. I was close to both of them. I need a level 4 and a 6,
Oh, that's pretty good. Damn.
and I needed like the Earth. The Quake was level 8, so I had to get to level 8 to cast the Quake. Which also
Yeah.
meant the Lich of the Quake was gonna be really late too. We kind of glad I didn't wait
We
for that.
saw
to
that
go down
and just went, oh no.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
that tile's rough because of that. Because like, Quake's the only Earth spell, right?
yeah, it's the only Earth spell, and
kinda brutal.
yeah, level 8 Black. At least we could have learned it. Black wasn't filled with something else.
True.
That would have been awful for me.
I was also very happy I forgot that Thief had heal plus at the end because my white mage died at Tiamat, I think. I was like, oh, let me just
Yeah.
look. I'm like, oh, he has life, or not heal, but heal, not
Yeah.
heal, but heal. Yeah, and he had life. I'm like, okay, cool. I get my white mage back.
Yeah, that's where my level 8 spell from. It's like, yep, that's easy. Just need 1 through 7.
All right, well, I think we're going to move this on to final thoughts. wewbear, you are moving on to the winner of Budgemano and Chanigan coming up very soon, actually, here on RPG Limit Break.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to watch
How you feeling? Which one you want?
I mean, I love both of them. They're both great runners, but I guess probably Chanigan because I slightly beat him yesterday on the Lefanian thing, so he can crush me in this one and then get the W.
And Eykir, unfortunately, your time in the bingo tournament has come to a close, but I believe we're going to be seeing you very soon again in the co-op tournament.
Yep, hey, it's the most wins I've ever had in a tournament in Final Fantasy 1. I got 2 now.
Yeah, top 4.
But so that was good. I knew coming in, wewbear was going to be a crazy opponent to fight. We played each other in, I think, pre-Enterprise, and I don't think I've ever beaten you there. Honestly, wewbear's just really good at Final Fantasy RPGs in general. So I'll be cheering you on in the finals.
Thank you.
Danny, my co-coms, final thoughts.
I thoroughly enjoy watching bingo. Like I said when we started, I could never ever play this competitively. I would have a panic attack watching someone else light squares that I need. My anxiety would be through the roof. But I love this tournament. I love every time it comes around. I love getting to watch everyone play. Eykir and wewbear are both fantastic opponents today. It was a lot of fun to watch. Congrats to both making this far. Congrats to wewbear going on. Eykir, I may have already put it on the layout where he headed to co-op. Him and Windfox. Did I get that right?
Yep.
No.
You're right.
Okay, yeah, all right. There's so many teams now that my brain keeps forgetting who's who. I think are going to be a heck of a team to watch. So, look forward to seeing them. And yeah, just as Fizzle mentioned, the second semifinals race, Chanigan versus Budge, starts in about 15 minutes here on RPG Limit Break. So go get a drink, get a snack. I wouldn't suggest any type of physical activity. It's too darn hot for that. But yeah, and then come back and watch that race, and then you'll get to see who wewbear fights out in the bingo finals, which should be scheduled here soon. Will almost definitely be here on RPG Limit Break, so check out for that. Otherwise, I think I've said all the things. Other than thanks, Fizzle, for doing crew with me. That's always fun getting to do comps with you.
Thanks, Danny, for doing crew with me. For everybody at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, my name is Lord Fizzlebeef, and we'll see you in about an hour for more bingo semifinals action. Have a good night, everyone.